Hey folks, it's Rob. Welcome back to RimWorld Alpha 13. We're carrying on. We're hauling in things, we're getting things cleaned, we're making repairs as needed. Things are going along okay here in Death Valley, but what we really need is an AI persona core to go for the spaceship. It's going to be a bit. We're basically waiting for the AI to throw a ship part down from space in the hopes that we can salvage a core from it. Or we have to earn enough money in trade goods for a trader to happen along who happens to have a core we can buy. Or if they're on the ground, we could kill the trade convoy and just take it. It's a possibility. Not really one I'm that keen on, but it is a possibility. That's a heavy SMG. And that's a good survival rifle. A bit of medicine. That's a second pair of EMP grenades, which might come in very handy should things go terribly, terribly wrong. I mean, basically, with the ship parts, you get mechanoids. And you have to deal with them. And one of the better ways of dealing with them is with EMP grenades, because then at least everything else that you do is much less likely to die. I don't need to continue my exploration for plasteel because, honestly, I don't need more plasteel. I just need the core. We have plenty of actual steel. The only reason I need more plasteel for anything is to build more struts so I can take more colonists with me. And that's assuming that we actually need to take the colonists, which we don't. Spring has begun. Spring has sprung, as it were. Lovely. It's only 58 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a little weird. Night in the desert. Like here in Tucson, I mean, night at winter time might get down to maybe freezing. But right now in late spring, here it is May 18th right now, it gets down to maybe 60. Sometimes it doesn't even hit that. Last week when it was over 100, when it actually was 100 degrees, it got down to maybe 70. When I used to live in Scotland, you'd be lucky if the temperature got up to 70. No. See, the crops kind of are marginal, but they do their job. If someone could clean this instead of just lounging in here, that'd be great. Because we need the hospital generally clean, right? It's your infections. It's a raid. With family in the raid. Pyrrha is married to Simeon. And they're gonna die in this raid, probably. Which isn't gonna help Pyrrha's mood at all. You know what? Let's just take this in advance on Pyrrha. More enforced joy. Just deal with it now. And of course, they're going straight for the bugs as they run into them. Looks like it's a weird melee raid. I mean, okay, I'll take it. It'll be interesting, because you'll have, like, maybe some cool weapons on you. And the shields we might be able to recover might be useful. And valuable. So which one is Simeon? Semyon. Yeah, here we are. Simeon the Sheriff. He doesn't do dumb labor, skilled labor, caring, social, scary, or firefighting. He's a prostophobe, but he's beautiful. Jeez. He's good with animals, and he can shoot and fight. And otherwise, he can, like, maybe draw animu and open a book. Okay. Oh, they're coming. You know, I don't think I've seen a purple armored vest before. It's just normal. Okay. Well, they're gonna head straight to the nest and die, so... That's that. One of them's down and could be rescued. Kate. Basically a crafty type. Won't do dumb labor, psychically sensitive. Scummy raider, who I don't think I'd feel like risking my life over to get in there for. Of course, Pyrrha's now going to be upset that her husband died here, despite the fact he was some scummy raider who was sent to kill us. Because, you know, this is how this works. So, let's just check it out. Yeah, husband, dead, right? Brother, dead. Aunt, dead. Just cause, you know. So, here we are, needs. Husband died, minus 20. And I see you're urgently hungry. Why don't you just get up and deal with that? Feeling bad. Friend died. Christ. Which one was the friend that died? These weren't your friends. These people are alive. I don't know. Pyrrha, you're a pain in the ass. Why you gotta be related to raiders anyway? I don't know how you're married to raiders. But you are, of course, yep, poor mood, here we go. This is going to be essentially her baseline right now. Because this is about as good as we can do. Tons of joy, very pleasant environment, moderate expectations, ate a fine meal, versus... I mean, first off, this one knocks out the big two right there, and this one knocks out the other two. That leaves us at basically a baseline of minus 15. I can't use her for anything because if I do, she'll just like get slightly hungry and go insane. The only thing that would be worth coming down here after to rescue any of these jerks is for their shields. But it's... I mean, the nest is right here. Bugs are totally gonna freak out and like go as soon as we get anywhere near these things. 53, 16, 68's not bad. 69. That's an intact personal shield. Alright, Pereira. You're friendly with some people, but you're not attached to anybody. And if I send you down here, it's 2,300. So if I just like send you down here, we send you over. This is going to work better if I set up a specific travel area. So Bugtown. Right. Alright, she is in this particular square. Right next to the hive, of course. Alright, that should do. Okay, so I undraft you. And I send you in to rescue Kate, right? Just capture her. You'll follow the exact path I specified for you. Alright. Now, before you duck out, strip. And haul the shield out of here. And the armor vest. And the helmet. Right, this prisoner is actually recruitable. And not the worst in the world. I mean, psychically sensitive is really annoying. Is it hypersensitive? No, just sensitive. Okay. You know, I think we're going to try to get this one. Right leg was bitten off, so we'll have to give her a leg. But that's okay, we can actually deal with that. Go. She's developed an infection because my crack health team has gotten right on top of things as usual. Doesn't like getting in there once the infection's in. Kate's got severe illness. Will you knock it off with the roof collapses game? Right. So, treatment, not the best in the world. I think we're going ahead with the outleg operation right now. Bramble failed to recruit. Oh, there was an exotic goods trader in orbit? What? Now! Nothing told me that the exotic goods trader was in orbit. Here we go with surgery. Well, how'd it go? You got a peg leg. Congratulations. Anything else I need to know about in orbit? No. Oh, that was quite a collapse. That was quite the collapse. I approve. That's a plasteel gladius. That's a plasteel gladius. That's a plasteel gladius. That one's just steel. Someone has a uranium shiv, because, you know, of course. Pyrrha's in a terrible mood. What a shock. I don't even know why you're having disturbed sleep when this is your bedroom and no one comes in here. My magic lover died, who I never knew about until they attacked the colony. What? You didn't know I was married to a raider? That's because it didn't exist until that raider was generated. Alright, I gotta get these traps reset. Alright. This one. Rearm. Then I'll set instructions for these two, then these two, then these two, then these two, then these two. How are we doing with our infection? Coming along. Could be worse. We're at major, and we're just about into 90%. So, I mean, yeah. I think you're going to get over it. So, Pyrrha is up and about and in a terrible mood. And we're back to tons of joy. And drunk. So, you know, that's helping. Get all his muffalo blood cleaned up since the rain ain't gonna come for another couple of years. You know, try to keep the place from being too dumpy. I think we'll just power that back off for now. Yep, developed immunity, that's fine, you can wander out of bed now. Okay. Still a lot of meals getting converted, that's fine. I forgot, did I prepare the next sarcophagus? You know, I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm not ready for it in case of random death. Okay. Miscellaneous. What do we make it out of? We got marble. Okay, that'll do. Where do I want to put it? Yeah, we'll put it over here by the trees. Alright. Then maybe we'll put the next one here. Wait, how good as a builder is Puppeteer? A 5. You have a lot of passion for it, but you actually suck. So, go do something else. We'll have somebody who knows what they're doing actually finish it. How about that? Brera is a good choice. Where's Brera? Brera. Here, girl. Oh, you're in bed. You just went to bed. Well, that's handy. Alright. It's like you knew there was work coming, so look, quick, go to bed. Okay. Barrow. Yeah, you're right here. Instead of doing that, man. Bramble. Bramble wants to do it. Well, okay. Bramble can do it. 11 out of 20. That's okay. Alright, what do we got? Poor. Well, that kind of sucks. Nice to see this area clean, though. Critical alert, poor mood for Pyro. But then it's not critical anymore, all of a sudden. Okay, well... Things we'd like to do. I mean, we could continue making improvements to the base. What shall we do? Maybe a better jail instead of using one of the bedrooms for a jail. Yeah, build a proper jail. Kind of mine it out, maybe. Yeah, we could like throw it in like over here. The kitchen's not too inaccessible. Yeah, alright. Right, so let's say I have structure here. So I'm not going to dig it too far into the mountain. And, right, structure comes across like that, so that actually is the square I don't want to cut out. And the same goes for that one, right. Alright, so that's a basic 5x5. Then we want to stretch it some because we need capacity. Right, that should work. Dad didn't quite get in the home area. They do make fast work of this stuff. Now, this is granite they're working through. Good work. Actually, instead of having this weak spot here, we're going to cut that out and replace it with a block. That landed real close. It's boomalope leather. Alright. Nearly hit my spaceship. Well, that is that dug out. That didn't take long. Now we'll do their like favorite thing to do ever and smooth out floors. We're going to need granite block. And basically they're going to come from this direction. So, yeah. Alright. Here's the question: do I give them temperature control? Do I try to make things more comfortable? I think I don't. And we'll use a steel door on that. Okay, how am I fixed for wood? I seem to have no wood whatsoever. Nope, there it is, 85. Okay. Should be enough for a bed. Actually, it's good for a couple beds. Alright. Do I want to give them little separate bed chambers? Let's see, we'll make a table out of marble block. And same for some stools. Pierre's terrible mood constantly exists. How are these beds? We got an awful and we got a shoddy. Well, okay. Alright, set for prisoner. The only other things I really want to put in here then are maybe some decorative objects. Yeah, so if I move this over, right, put it in the other end of the room, I could put a wall down the middle and just like make them into little separate chambers and make the whole thing like a little prison bay. Like that. So they have cells and then they have like an outside area. I kind of like the concept. But to keep that being a prisoner area, it has to be opened out to the prisoners. I think. I'll have to keep one prisoner area. Yeah, I'll have to just basically put a third bed in. Yeah, that's... So, okay. But that's easy enough done. Especially if I just make like a nook for it. Right, and then smooth that out, and then we'll put a bed there, and Bob's our uncle. Bob is not my uncle. Right. So instead of wood, which, I mean, we basically don't have... No, we have enough. Okay, well, let's use wood. There. Okay, we'll stick a third bed just there in the corner. And that makes our little prison block, right? And if those doors are held open, I think they'll still count as individual sleeping areas. Here, go through. Go through. Alright. I don't know, this might not work. We'll try it. It's probably the most advanced prison block I've ever tried to build for this game. Set that back to colonists and have the warden move Kate. Appears in a bad mood. Who would have guessed? We'll stick some art in here. It'll make it nicer. I mean, as a room... Yeah, this is now Kate's prison cell. It's average size, neutral, clean, impoverished, dull. This was a little bit early, a little bit dirty. Neutral. Yeah, it's about the same. It's not really an improvement for Kate. But now she has a table and chair, stool she can use to eat off of. How's things in Bugtown? Doing good? Enjoying dropping bits of ceiling on top of yourselves? Good stuff. Alright, trap 1 has been reset. The next phase is to go on. Now, they should approach them from opposite ends. Yeah. Because the logic is that they should avoid pathing through a trap to reset a trap, if possible. So as long as I do them like this kind of outward flow way... Oh, s'mores. Suffering from dementia. Poor dog. I mean, at least this lets me have 2 workers do the job at the same time. Even if they're, like, individually coming out here and resetting a trap, because, you know, this is how the work pool's working. Here, Rose, can you just, like, take care of this? Thank you. Right, all the traps are reset in the death maze. That may come in handy at some point. It did kill 3 of the killer muffalo before, so that was something. Whoa, what are we doing here? Alright, hang on. This is not home. Sorry, I assume this was clean. That isn't home, you don't go in there. guys want something to do, you can clean up this pathway too. Alright. There's a bit of blood over here. Oh, and more blood here. Anything else to clean up over here? Well, there's this, all this stuff over here. Alright. There. Clean up the pathway. Fix it up. So I don't have to deal with this stuff if I ever need to come back. Right? Don't want any filthy areas of the base. Let's see, how long is this going to go on for? Another season and 9 days. And we don't know how long when she's going to not be sick anymore. I don't know how you got 2 disturbed sleeps when you're in here. What the fuck is going on that's disturbing your sleep? You're inside your own room. No one's coming in here. No one's pathing in here to do anything. It's a raid. It's a raid right on top of us. Red alert, everybody. Hopefully I rearmed you. I'm about to disturb your sleep now, Pyrrha. No, actually I'm going to leave you in there. Because fuck you. I got other people. Alright, they're landing immediately in here. Valentine, come help. This might be a mechanoid raid. I didn't read. It is. It is a mechanoid raid, and there's one right there. Okay. Just go over there. Get away. Make sure you're not standing next to that thing. Alright, Vitelli, come around here to the corner. Rose, go over here, and someone turn that on. In fact, that can be Tony's job. Tony can switch that on. Alright. Susumu, you don't have a weapon. That's oversight. Maybe you can go find the EMP grenades. They're around somewhere, aren't they? Yes, they're up here. Go get those. And you guys are not going to be needed down here. We need to move you up. That's an incendiary launcher. Yes, it is. Inferno cannon. That's tough shit. Okay. Bramble. Maybe not get sliced up by the slicer things. Yeah, see, this is why that's a pain in the butt. Fire. That's okay. Looks like Valentine's already on the ground. Where's that Bramble? Bramble. Well, okay. That's just going to be how that is. Alright. How am I handling this? This is real, actual pain in the butt. Move over here. Alright, you. You three stooges. Where am I going to put you? Alright, I can put Castro, like, in a doorway. Barrow, where am I going to put you? Actually, let's put you in the doorway, because I know you got range. Actually, I'll move you safely over this way, then we'll move you up. And you can back him up. Alright, Castro, just go into the doorway. Alright, that's taken care of. You have the charge rifle, so I'm going to send you to the doorway. Okay, that sucks, but we were able to put out the fire. And that's down. Okay, we've dealt with it. Right, undraft. Salt, you can rescue Bramble. That can be dealt with, and someone can haul that shit. Someone can put out fires. This thing. Shut it down. Thank you. Power that back on for conversion. We may be building another spar onto the spaceship after all. This is some rather damaged rock. I think we might want to dig that out and just rebuild the wall section. More roof collapses, more terrible mood from the person who didn't even have to go into the fight. Bruh, I left you drafted, sorry. No new art projects. Still... Oh, that's Spellipede's book. That's for sale. And that's Elegance, which I think is for sale as well. Yes, it just suggests a concept of power. The weird thing with the clowns. That's right. On this sculpture is a representation of an author surrounded by clowns. The image is bordered by 5 mooses. Which, again, I think it's just moose. Should probably move Salt and Puppeteer, or at least one of them, out into other rooms. Although summer's coming, that room has access to air conditioning. So we're grinding down the mechanoids now, and our plasteel is back up under over 150. So yeah, let's build in our spar onto this. I could just build it down this way. Make this a really stupid looking ship. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from basically just making a horrible, ugly, terribly designed thing. But let's try to balance the load slightly, right? Good news, 5 more capsules for the ship. How we doing, Bramble? Right leg cut off. Okay. I think we're going to have to fix that for you. Unfortunately, the best we can do at the moment is a peg leg. Health-wise, you're otherwise okay. I think you'll do fine on the just standard meds. Alright. Well, once again, we repel a mechanoid attack. Tell me that went well. It went well. Alright. So this is going to use up a fair bit of steel, of course, because we're going to be buying a few pods. You know, the caskets do use materials. Can't put them on until the thing's finished, huh? Okay. Still trying to recruit Kate. It's not working. How are we feeling, Bramble? Still under the anesthetic. Okay. Who's starving? Susumu. Susumu, what do you... Oh, because I had... Oh, you've been drafted the entire time. Sorry. Oops. Sorry about that. My bad. Well, at least we repelled the attack, right? And yeah, there we go. Everyone's up and moving again. No one... I mean, admittedly, we lost a leg in that attack, but no one died. So, there's that. I think this is a good place to break. Yeah, it's coming up. I can actually stop around the time I normally intend to stop a video. It's incredible. So you folks have a great day. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.